We have the 8-phase process essentially to make things easy for our clients. So it's very structured in the sense that we do things in the order that we do them in because we find it to be the most efficient, and we also find it to kind of follow a normal thought process as far as the way things are thought about in a project. So we'd work about the spaces first, and realistically, whether it's a contemporary home or a traditional home, it looks the same on plan. And then we can kind of transition into those other phases where things start to actually have materials, so what those would look like, which really shapes the aesthetic. The first thing that we would do is an in-home consultation if it's a renovation, or a consultation here in our office if it is a new build. So the first phase would be to go through the requirements assessment. So that would be any sort of feasibility studies that would be required, new construction or renovation. We would also do any sort of measuring of existing homes, drawing up the existing home, and really figuring out again what the clients are trying to accomplish. The second phase is where we would do space planning. So that's looking at the different layouts for what may be possible in changing things around or starting from scratch if it was a new build. We'd also do the interior design drawings in phase 2, which is all the walls. So essentially anything that has anything on it that's not just drywall. So it'd be cabinets and countertops and millwork paneling or tile layouts, lighting layouts, reflected ceiling plans, those sorts of drawings that are required for construction. Phase 3 is the construction drawing. So that's a very technical phase. Those would be the ones that would go into City Hall for permit. So we would do the exterior elevations, we would do sections, we would do site plans, foundation plans, all the kind of details that are required. And then that would go to our structural engineer and go into City Hall. Phase 4 is where the fun stuff comes in, and that's starting to look at the pretty things. So material selection, so countertops, flooring, cabinets, tile, those sorts of things. And we usually do that as a presentation here in our office with all the different schemes laid out for clients. Phase 5 is fixtures, so things like lighting and plumbing, fireplaces, door hardware, that sort of stuff. And again, we would offer suggestions based on the overall aesthetic that we're going for with the clients, and obviously get their feedback and see what they actually wanted to go with. Phase 6 is furniture, so that's kind of getting more into the fabrics and what kind of styles of furniture, how they're going to lay out in the spaces, how the rooms are going to function from a furniture layout point of view. Things like area rugs and window coverings also fall into that phase. And then phase 7 is tendering and budgeting. So at that point, everything has been decided for the entire project. All the drawings are done, all the selections have been made, the specifications are complete, and those would go out for pricing. So whether it's materials or to a contractor to bid on the project. And phase 8 is just construction support. So that's where we'd go and do site visits and make sure that things are being installed as per the plans, making sure that the right product is on site when they need it, that sort of thing, answering any questions that the contractor might have. Different projects will take different amount of time for design and construction, obviously dependent on the complexity of them. So a rule of thumb that we often use is the amount of time that is expected for the construction, allow about the same amount of time for planning. And the nice thing about that is, when you plan your project ahead of time, then your construction actually goes as easy as it's going to go. You're not making those decisions kind of as you're going, which puts you in control from a budget point of view and also a time frame point of view.